Hello all, Zasos here. So I am currently building a Captain Marvel leadership deck for use against Heroic Rhino. It's obviously being played in solo because I'm the only one in this room. And I'm building on Tabletop Sim because I just wanted to see it out in front of me rather than build it on Card Game DB. Not Card Game DB. The other one, Marvel CDB. I find having a deck in front of me allows me to more easily see synergies and whatnot. I would normally do this physically on a table with my actual cards, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So let's start by moving the Quinjets off. In my practice games, they never got played. I've only got 6 allies, so I don't know if the Triskelion is ever going to come up. It's probably a cut as well, but we'll see. Depends what I have options for. I want energy resources. I don't want to lose those. So I think the 2 Quinjets coming out gives me access to the Haymaker, more rush potential, and to the teamwork. The 3rd teamwork. Doesn't always come up, but it can be quite good when it does. And Triskelion, I don't see a valuable option to replace it. Now, some important things with this deck that I have actually tested a little bit, besides the changes I just made then. Its entire resource base is based off of multi-resource cards and Alpha Flight Station and Captain Marvel's and Carol Danvers' ability. It's supposed to hit the ground running and just be able to deal with things incredibly quickly, which I thought was really important because I'm playing Heroic mode with Under Attack against Rhino, who just has a lot of attacks, doesn't have a lot of threat on the scheme that you can let get a little higher. You just can't afford that. I do not need that. That goes away. 15. So if I can't let the threat on the scheme get very high, I need to be able to flip to hero mode and just stay in hero mode. And is that the wrong? That's the Captain America. Here, HP dial. That's also wrong, but it's got the right picture on it now. Yep. Should be 12. Okay. So, aim here is to hit the ground running, be super quick, and see what we can do. So, these resources are super quick. These things here are the only resources that aren't on cards, aren't on a double resource card, and the reason they're so good is we got Captain Marvel's hero ability, drawing you a card by spending an energy resource. You typically just spend one off one of your enhanced reflexes, if you even set up multiple, because I often don't. Yeah, so you spend one off an enhanced reflex, it draws you a card. I've got, what, 7 cards that are multi-resource, effectively, like these 2, and the 2 energy absorptions. So I actually have a pretty high energy per card relative to most people. So that drawing a card might actually get you more than 1 resource. But also, it's a real card versus a energy resource on a enhanced reflexes card. Other than that, I've got a bunch of cards to make sure I can trigger it even if I don't have enhanced reflexes. So that's what the Haymakers are for, that's what the Teamworks are for. It's kind of what Triskelion's for, but not strictly. And then I've got the allies that I'm using to try and block the attacks constantly, because I'm constantly going to get attacked. So that is the game plan here. And if I group these up, it's 25 cards. So that's shuffled. I've chosen a color, and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm not going to put a cut here for the first game. This isn't a fully refined deck, so we'll just see what happens here. So we've got 6 cards to start, and I have a mulligan to do. Okay, the confusion's pretty good, but not strictly necessary, but it does allow me to remove this turn 1. This is good if I can play it. 1, 2, 3. I can just... I'm going to discard Photonic Blast, because I'm never going to play it this turn. The rest of these are all energy resources effectively, so it could be worth holding on to. I think I can only at most hold on to 1 card, so let's get rid of that as well. 1 card for this is what I was thinking. Okay. That's probably better. If I can play these 2, that lets me get rid of this. That would cost me 1, 2, 3, and then 2 for Squirrel Girl. So I can do that. And if I use my Captain Marvel ability, which I can use now, because it's the... Okay, so here's the official start of the game. The first thing I'm going to do is use my Captain Marvel ability to draw a card. Not my Carol Danvers ability to draw a card. That was not really what I wanted, but I can make that work. I'm going to spend this to play Squirrel Girl, dropping Rhino's HP by 1. Then I'm going to spend 3 resources to set up a Spider-Woman that'll trigger a Confused on Rhino. I'm then going to thwart with both of these, because Heroic is hard enough. I do not need to be Heroic 2 because of effectively because of breaking and taking. I'm then going to flip and attack for 2, and I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to put a counter on it. The other option I had was I could have played the Endurance to get the plus 3 hit points, but I think this is better. Now everything comes back ready. He's attacking. I take the first attack because I need some damage on me in order to trigger my ability going forward. So he's attacking. Oh, there's one up here first. That happens first. Then he's attacking. It's only 1. It's only 1 additional. So I only take 4. That's not that uncommon. There's a lot of 1s and 0s in the Rhino deck. But now I get 2 cards. So we get this card first. Caught off guard. That's unfortunate. I hate that card sometimes, but at least it's only this. Actually would have been worse if I hit the Endurance because I spent money on it. Although I spent money on that, I guess, to get it to 1 counter. Doesn't really matter which one I chose. I lost it anyway. So that's going to reveal that, and then surge to that. That is going to kill every single one of my allies, because of course it is, and deal 1 damage to myself. That is going to put a 5 damage buffer onto the main villain here, which is going to cause a problem. Okay. I think I Crisis Indiction then flip. Maybe I attack. No, let's cycle a card. Which of these cards do I never play? Never at all play. Crisis Indiction. Triskelion. I do not play Triskelion here. I can see myself playing a Haymaker. Haymaker attack, that gets rid of this. That seems good. Let's Haymaker and attack. Let's put the 5 damage exactly on there. I forgot to shuffle in my obligation. We'll just shuffle it in now. It's not strictly the same point, but it's pretty close. I'm going to flip to Alter Ego because he's confused. And draw 1 card. I can't play any of these cards. I can play Captain Marvel's helmet. It will probably, hopefully, not come up. And I'll hold on to the energy absorption because it's a big burst of resources. And then we'll go into next turn. Go into the end of turn first. That covers, I draw 5. So yeah, this is really good because I've got this into Nick Fury. Anyway, we get 1 here, Confused goes away, and then there's 2 cards. Yep, Hydra Mercenary. Hard to keep down. He's going to heal off every single bit of damage I've done to him so far. That sounds about right. I want to hold on to the Make the Call. I don't want to hold on to the Teamwork. So we'll go 4. Oh, wait. 1, 6. I'll draw 1 with Coward Invisibility. Ooh. 1. Nah, I think I still have to spend that, but I think I don't spend this though. I think I buy Falcon. I use Falcon to play Nick Fury to draw 3 cards. Yes, that's good. I don't think I play Photonic Blast, so I'm going to use it to play Alpha Flight Station. I'm going to use Alpha Flight Station to cycle 1 of these to draw 2 while I still can. I think this is no longer on the table because I can go into Mockingbird right now. Although I could also set up the enhanced reflexes, set up the energy channel, and start using that. Yeah. Let's set up the enhanced reflexes. That'll get me some value over the next few turns. I'm only going to put 2 counters on it because I'm going to use it this turn. In fact, I'm going to flip and use it immediately. So that draws me a card and heals me a hit point. Don't have an easy way to deal with this anymore. Should have kept that Mockingbird. We definitely fought for 2. Definitely set this up and put 2 counters on it. Or, no, we don't put 2 counters on it. We set up another enhanced reflexes and we put 1 counter on it. And then we attack here for 2. And when I thwart it over here, I should have put a damage on my Nick Fury here. So this isn't great. Not terrible, but not great. So we draw the 5 cards here. There's another Make the Call. That'll let me flip to Alter Ego if I need to. The attack is coming at Nick Fury. It's just the 4 damage. He should be exhausted, but it's not really a big deal because he's immediately going to die. I'll take 1 from this, and then we'll get 2 cards. As always. We've got 2 there. Okay, that's good. Not good, but better than alternatives. I'm not flying, so even if I block, I always get stunned. So, here's the turn when we get attacked. It's a good card to get rid of. That'll take 3 and a stun. That's not ideal. Okay, let's use one of these to draw a card. Can I get flying? I can get flying. And then I can crisis indiction. Is that one then the other? Then if you have the aero trait, remove 2 from a different scheme. Okay, so I can remove all of that. That would cost me that, those 2, into that. That'll leave me with 2. Trying to think of order here. I draw a card, I discard it to get 2. That leaves me with 2 resources. I have to save one of these cards, so I can't put the counter on there using... I have to use this to pay for one of these 2 cards. Okay, so I'm going to get Cosmic Flight. So now I'm flying. I'm going to use 1 and 1 to play Cosmic Interdiction. I start by removing the crowd control, and then because I'm aerial, I get to remove 1 from another scheme. It's the same wording as melee effectively, so it works the same way as guard would. Now, I kind of want to flip and heal. Is flip and heal better than killing the mercenary? Yes, because I got more efficient ways to kill the mercenary. I can get 1 damage from a Hawkeye or something. So let's flip. Draw a card with Carol Danvers. Okay, I'm not going to be using Hawkeye by the look of things. Let's Alpha Flight. Oh, it's back on the table. That allows me to play Spider-Woman. I could hold on to you. I think that's the best way. Or do I play you this turn? No, because I need to confuse him just in case he advances. Yeah. Let's heal for 4. There are 3 minions left in this deck. This is not super high value right now. I really wish I could spend this. Maybe I do give up on Hawkeye. I'm going to play Make the Call and grab Spider-Woman. To put the confusion down onto the villain. I'm going to use that to put a counter here. And I discard Maria Hill. And we'll hold off on this because it might die to under attack and I just don't want that to happen right now. So refreshes, 1 here, confuse goes away, this guy schemes for 0, and then I get 2 cards. Master plan. That might whiff. Under attack still in there, I think. Which is a little annoying. I don't like under attack. There's most of the scary cards. All of the scary cards. Here we go, under attack. I'm not in my hero form, so I can't choose to take the damage, so I have to put 2 threat there, so I've got 5 threat on there. I hate that card sometimes. And I'm exhausted because I'm not dealing with that. Not dealing with that surge. I'd rather just exhaust. It's one of the weakest effects in the deck. I haven't drawn my hand. I should have had one more card. We'll just take it here, even though it should have been earlier. Charge! Okay, that's a problem. Not like a big problem, just like a little problem. First thing we're going to do in this new turn of ours, draw a card. I have a lot of resources. I cannot sacrifice the things that I have on the field. Let's play Maria Hill to draw me a card. That's good. This is not, but it is an energy resource, but this is also an energy resource. Wait, make the call's not being used. I'm discarding it to Alpha Flight to draw 2. Ooh, Mockingbird for a stun. It's pretty good. We definitely flip. I'm gonna use one of these to draw a card. I have 1 ally limit. I think I want to play Squirrel, completely remove this scheme, and then maybe overwrite Squirrel. Yeah, that doesn't seem the worst. Let's start by playing Squirrel. For 1 up here. That also would have dealt 1 up here with the Squirrel's ability. 1, 2. These are both fought for 1. 2 each. Removing that. Photonic Blast. Maybe I don't overwrite Squirrel. Ooh, if I play Photonic Blast, I lose it to this. Okay, maybe I do overwrite Squirrel. I think we're back to that. Yeah, I think we're back to that. I don't think I can pay for cross just to clear a stun. That's too much. Oh, a Muriel. My defense is going to be 3 if I block. That's interesting. Huh. I might actually... Oh, I don't want to defend because I'll be stunned again next turn. I'd have 4 cards in hand if I was to play this. That would let me play Mockingbird still, potentially overriding the Squirrel Girl, making him stunned. Yeah, I don't think it's the most value. But let's override the Squirrel Girl. And I'm going to immediately use Mockingbird to remove the 1 threat. And I'm going to move this counter onto here. Want that cycling as soon as possible. Okay, everything refreshes. I'm standing. One here. Stun goes away. 1, 2. Attacks me again. I block because the stun is removed at the moment. So he's attacking. I'm flying, so I've got 3. I could potentially take as little as 3 damage. I take 4 damage. But for a charge turn, that's actually not bad. Then I'm tough. That's nothing. That's get removed by Mockingbird. And I should have my 5 cards already. Ooh, I need this to go off like right now. You can. But I don't think I do that just yet. Let's attack with Mockingbird. And hope we don't get hit with Concussive Blow, because that's going to be annoying. I'm going to play Photonic Blast, spending at least 1 energy resource to draw a card. That's better. So that'll do 5, putting him to 9. Then I'm going to cycle that to heal 1. Then I will spend 2 to fully charge this, activate this with 5, because I just put energy on it, to activate that to trigger the next stage of the villain, who has 16, and has stunned me again. Then I'm going to set that up. I think I flip. How many advances are in here? Both of them. How many cards are in here? Just the 1. It's really good if I flip and get the ability to play Spider-Woman. There's only 1 make the call in here. I could get draw up to 3 cards, which would mean I'd be a resource short anyway. That's not a thing that I can do. I think this turn I have to wait. No point cycling this when it's already the resource I need. Okay, everyone's up. This goes to 2. Oh, I should have checked for concussive blows. There's 2 in here. Okay, so I'm not gonna lose Mockingbird to a concussive blow. She will block, however. Oh, I also forgot to give the tough to the villain. Okay, this goes out. That gets him a thing going forward. We flip. It's being blocked by Mockingbird because I want her dead. She takes 6 damage. Bye bye, Bobby. And I should have had 5 cards in hand already. Next card. And the card after that. He is tough. That actually surges because he actually is tough. Attack. That is being blocked here because I probably want to replay that. Okay, there's one of the advances. That's good. You did die though. And charge. Okay, that's a problem because that means that my next time I take an attack, it's going to hit like a truck. Now, let's do some shenanigans. I think I cycle teamwork. I don't think that ends up getting played right now. To draw a card, I do want to set that up as soon as possible. I am flipping this turn. I think pretty sure I make the call for Spider-Woman before we get too far here. Where are you, Spider-Woman? No other options. Squirrel Girl should be cheaper. Nah, we'll go for Spider-Woman here. Already done that. That gives him a confused. Let's clear the stun. Let's thwart for 2. I'm willing to sacrifice that for that right now. Let's clear the tough. I can charge up to 3, that up to 4. Don't really want to pull that off right now. Although I am about to draw enough cards. I think I do want to do that actually. Or I could set up the enhanced reflexes and put 2 on it. Is it worth sacrificing 2 damage so that next turn I have a chance of redrawing this? How many do I have in the deck at the moment? There's 1 over here. I'm about to cycle this turn because I'll draw 3 cards when I flip. Yeah, let's just do it. So I spend 3 to put 4 on this, which I immediately use to do 8 damage. That puts him basically within like Nick Fury range. I then flip to Alter Ego and I draw a card. I then sacrifice that card to that to draw 2 cards. There's no way I hold on to that, and there's no way I hold on to Triskelion. But there's also no way I don't hold on to make the call for next turn, because it'll allow me to double use Spider-Woman. And I'm about to draw Nick Fury. And if I hold on to 1 card in hand, I won't get the extra card until next turn. Okay, that seems good. Okay, so we put 2 up here. He's confused, so that goes away. And then we get 2 cards. And I should have drawn the 5. There's Nick Fury. Stampede. That surges. Hard to keep down. That is, not super problematic, but not great. Stampede surges. Exhaustion surges. That is very annoying. I hate that card. I can't even get rid of it because I can't exhaust. Okay. Let's draw the 1 card here to start with. Getting me 1 card here. Okay, there's no way I play 2 Crisis Indictions. There is a way where I play Make the Call, so let's... It's probably a good idea to play Make the Call for Spider-Woman, just so that I don't lose 2 advance no matter what. Let's cycle Crisis Indiction with this to draw 2. Okay. 6. Yep, cool, that's fine. None of these cards are alter ego actions. Oh, I should play Nick Fury before I flip. I don't play Mockingbird this turn. Oh, do I play Mockingbird this turn? Mockingbird lets me clear the tough really efficiently. Um, this one's so annoying. I really hate this card. Like, I would 100% have lethal if it wasn't for this card. Because I would have 2 damage here, 5 damage here, and 6 damage here. I would have to be able to afford these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I'd have enough. This combination's such a pain. Let's think. Let's think. Can I get lethal with what I have in hand? Okay, that hits for 5. Puts him on 7. Draws me a card. That removes the tough. Nick Fury comes out. Does 4 and removes the tough. Can I play the Haymaker? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, not still in hand. Okay, so that pays for that. That is paid for with 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 4. A couple of damage short from lethal this turn. Oh, wait. No, because I used the Spider-Woman to clear the tough earlier in the turn. Doesn't work. I don't have lethal this turn. Okay, so let's flip and cycle 1 card to heal 1. He really wants me to draw Crisis Indiction. Let's play Photonic Blast. And a tough. I can't heal. It's better to go for... That's one of the highest damage cards in my deck. I think it's better to go 4 into Nick Fury and draw 3. Okay. Nick Fury could remove the tough, and then I could play Mockingbird, or I could play Photonic Blast. Nick Fury removes the tough. It'll get me a card. Such a pain. I don't think there's a way I win this turn. I still don't think there's a way I could win this turn. This card is messed me up. If it didn't say exhaust, I would have just got rid of it. I'm not cycling my deck again this turn. I need to survive this turn. Let's go for the stun. I think that gives me the best chance of surviving this turn. And hold on to the Photonic Blast for next turn. Okay. That's not what I wanted. He'll ping off the tough. You'll fought for 2. No point sacrificing that for very little effect this turn. Let's just hold off on Spider-Woman and hope I don't get concussive blowed. Let's draw 4. What do we got? So 2 go on here. He attacks. He doesn't attack because of stunned. Then I get a whole host of cards over here. That is just 5 more damage. At the plus side, because this force interrupt stops the damage before the force response goes off. It all just goes on there first, before you even have to deal with the rest of this. Guard minion, just what I needed. Retaliate 1, also exactly what I needed, clearly. Clearly just what I was hoping for. I lose that at the end of the turn. Make the call, Nick Fury. Make the call, Nick Fury is pretty good here. Let's cycle some cards first, because I can put the damage up here. That doesn't do damage, so let's just cycle it. That does do damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to use it for Nick Fury anyway. I can kill that. He'll have a tough icon. No, he won't have a tough icon because I can't. I need to get through this first. I'm nearly fully healed. Vibranium armor's still up. These 2 can kill that. One, 2. Kills the Hydra Mercenary. I think I fought for 2. I'm going to move away from the Nick Fury play because it doesn't win me the game. If it won me the game, I think it would be worthwhile, but I need to get through this armored Rhino suit before that. So I'm going to make the call for Spider-Woman to get the confusion out. I'm not going to use Spider-Woman this turn. Make the call using spending these 3. Now, because he's confused, I can afford to flip, which allows me to draw a card, which allows me to cycle this card to draw 2 cards. None of these are cards I'm looking for, but I'll set up Triskelion. We go up to 2 here. And we go for a big turn next turn. Possibly with this. I think this into this is probably one of my best chances of winning. He's confused, so that doesn't happen, so I just get the 2 cards. Flip. Okay, that's not the end of the world. That is, like, would be pretty bad if I wasn't aiming for the win this turn. Okay, so let's start by drawing 1 here. Let's follow that up by cycling a card that I don't think is overly valuable. Oh, that can be pretty valuable, because that can be 6 damage. That can be 2. But it could also draw me a card on the other side. You're 2 damage and can't draw me a card. Or do I get rid of one of the Photonic Blasts, because there's basically no way I play them both? Let's cycle Squirrel Girl. 2 cards. Okay. That's looking better. 1, 2, 3. Not quite enough. But 1, 2, 3. Play that. That gives me the 5 damage for that. Take 1 retaliate. Yeah, let's start by flipping, because 100% that has to happen. It's Photonic Blast, using 1 energy resource and 2 strength resources. That clears the armored suit, because this because the damage was placed there instead of elsewhere. I still take the retaliate damage, but I won't take. He won't get the tough because he didn't take any damage. That does draw me a card though. Okay, good. Now, I think I can win with just the Photonic Blast I've got in hand now. Maybe I do play the second Photonic Blast. 4 for 3 for Photonic Blast again, with 1 energy being spent. So that puts him down to 2. I take a damage. He gets a tough. That draws me a card. Now I can sacrifice Maria Hill and attack myself to kill Rhino for a heroic mode win. So that I'm very glad about, because I have actually been stuck on this for the last few tries. It's always been close though, which is why I wanted to try it out on stream. So that has been fun. But we'll just do a quick recap of what's happened here. So heroic mode, I haven't heard of many people winning heroic mode, not with current decks, not with current levels of play. I've heard of a couple of people winning with Captain America, because he's very powerful, particularly the Captain America stun lock. Turns out when you only take the extra attacks, which there are 6 every time you go through Rhino's deck, and we did go through Rhino's deck. Yeah, there are 6, so extra attack cards, so there's a decent chance you're going to get an extra attack on you. But when you're not taking the normal attacks, that's not that many extra attacks. It's not that many attacks per game. And you know, you can probably get a few allies, and you'll lose some of them to other things, to like a master plan, cycling the deck and stuff like that. And Cap has strong fort, so that was kind of the reason I didn't go for Cap here. I wanted to go. Cap is the top of the solo tier list, I would say, at the moment. Just very well rounded, and that's how you want to play on solo. So I wanted to go for something a little, just like a couple steps down, and see if it could still handle it. Now, can it handle Claw and other scenarios? Who knows? Cap can, definitely. This particular combination was the one that was destroying me with She-Hulk last week. Even when I tried She-Hulk off stream, that deck got so close so many times. There was even once where any card, provided I didn't draw a card that was going to attack me, I had the win in hand next turn. It was that was so close. It was silly. The so that's a thing, but that's led me to this whole game plan of needing to be quicker. Partially led me to this game plan of needing to be quicker. The other thing is the harder. I felt like as you get to the harder scenarios, the Ultrons and the mutagen formulas, it starts to feel like you don't have time to build up. I often don't get a chance to set up my Avengers Mansion or my Helicarrier. They might not come. They might not come into my hand early. I might not be able to afford the tempo, etc., etc. And this feels like a hard scenario once you start playing Heroic. It's a different hard scenario. There's no minions. There's very little side schemes. It's all on Rhino, which is an interesting experience. But the it's just all on Rhino here. But if I'm going to, I felt like I needed to change my change my deck building, not my playstyle. My playstyle, I always know that I generally can't afford the tempo hit for those big cards. In my write-up for the Lightning Leader Thor leadership deck that I put out last week, I mentioned cutting Avengers Mansion and Helicarrier as a pretty good option because you had ways to generate resources. So that's part. So as I mentioned earlier, like this deck is entirely those quick resources rather than slow, and just trying to cycle your deck to find them quicker. Cycle your deck so you're constantly having more resources in hand, drawing more cards, using Captain Marvel's ability to turn the energy from enhanced reflexes into that. That's obviously hard to find time to set up, but it's much more easy to find time to set that up than to find time for a Helicarrier or a Mansion. And I feel like a lot of the time, Mansion is going to just feed that one card cycling. You're going to draw a card that's dead, you're going to cycle it, it's not going to be that big a deal. Also, did I take another damage? No, but you died. You died, you should have a damage on you because you attacked for the win. Or I attacked for the win. One of the two. Still. This whole thing worked pretty well. This saved me. I don't think I ever got down to 2, so I don't know if that actually saved me. It did mean that I could be more aggressive with charge on the table, but I also just dodged this. This is the second charge of the game. I just dodged it the whole game. These things are annoying. This is under attack with Rhino. Oh, I've always said it's good, like it's a good thematic set for him, but they actually, with Heroic buffing his difficulty, they actually become really scary. And the concussive blasts are just really good against leadership. It's a bit of a shame that this is the setup that I've been playing. I probably would have been much better off with I would have had this finished ages ago with most other modular sets, like a Goblin Gimmicks or a Bomb Scare. I'm assuming if I put Legions in, it would just be so much harder because Legions is difficult in the best of times. MODOK would be probably relatively easy with Rhino because MODOK himself is not that scary, but and none of the other cards really do anything. Yeah. So victory against Rhino, Heroic1. I guess what I will do is reset this up, and maybe we'll take a crack at a claw setup. See how that goes. Anyway, I'll be back shortly.